join me today in Knighton in Powys, a very pretty little village. I've just filled up at the local petrol station, Norton Motors, where the showroom's packed full of classic cars, Hillman Imps and old Austins. It's well worth checking out, and the price is quite reasonable as it happens for rural fuel as well. Just filled up the Lexus and it was about 86 quid's worth of fuel, which reveals it did 25 mpg on the previous tank, so that's not brilliant. I've clearly been enjoying myself far too much. Of course, some of that was faffing about trying to get it working after the recent tensioner replacement problems where it wouldn't start afterwards for reasons still not entirely known. This morning, a very damp morning, great place to stop, just stop there in the middle of the road, that's fine. But yes, this morning very damp, and it was missing a bit at startup. It seems fine now, no signs of grumbling, but it certainly wasn't happy first thing this morning. But yeah, seeing as I'm driving along with not a fat lot else better to do, I thought I'd just give you a quick update on everything. I know the one you're most keen to hear about is the Invacar, so let's start there. And exciting news, because yesterday this happened. Ha ha ha! Expect much more on Project Invacar soon. Now I think you'll agree that's pretty exciting, but if you're waiting for the first drive video, you may have slightly longer to wait. There's a few things I need to sort out. I need to try and sort the fuel lines out because it's just running off a 2-litre bottle in the engine bay, which probably can't be described as ideal. So I need to replace the fuel line front to rear and try and put an inline filter in. I need to try and investigate what's gone wrong with the original fuel line as well. It seems they rot out around the filter, or the filter rots, one of the two. That explains why when I put some fresh fuel in the main fuel tank, the whole place started stinking of petrol and none seemed to reach the carburettor. So we've solved that little mystery, so that work to be done. I've also got to sort out the brake hydraulics because they don't work at all. The handbrake does work, that does seem to hold the rear wheels, but I might as well crack on and do this job properly and actually get the brakes working. I think they're fairly similar to Reliant parts, but I need to do some confirmation before some bits get ordered. Also ordered some engine service items from Haflinger Technic up in Scotland, so thank you to them. I have paid for those, that is full disclosure there. There's you know, just basic filters and ignition components just to ensure it's in the best of health. Although it's starting absolutely on the button at the moment, which is very pleasing. Obviously I'm going to have to sort out the exhaust as well. I was a bit worried the downpipe had blown on the near side cylinder, but no, it's actually the main exhaust pipe at the back, which is unique to the Invacars. So not sure what I'm going to do there yet. I have got a manual for these Model 70s, and it specifically says do not weld up exhaust, replace only. So I'll see if I can get hold of a slightly better example. But yeah, otherwise it's progressing alright. Underneath, the chassis seems very, very solid. Perhaps I'll try and do a bit of a sort of walk around tour. Maybe I'll even try and tidy my garage, but the problem is, you know, it takes time to tidy my garage, and you lot are pestering me for more videos, so you know, something's got to give somewhere. There is a shelving unit in the garage now. It hasn't got anywhere to go because I can't get it anywhere near a wall, but still it's progress of sorts. Returning to the Lexus, this now has fresh oil and filters. Did that job using a mate's pit at the weekend. May have slightly overfilled the oil, hoping that isn't going to be too much of a problem. In Honda news, the Honda just keeps on doing what the Honda does. Not much excitement to be had there. The little Perodua Nippa has just had a full set of Nankang winter tyres fitted to it. Turned out to be just in time for the snow, and then naturally we decided it wasn't very sensible to drive anywhere, so we left it at home. Oh well. But yeah, Nippa's going well. It's up to 35, maybe even 36,000 miles now, which is still remarkably low. And then there's the 2CV, which has just been sitting in the garage, now squashed up the back of the garage, and now, yeah, I can't get it out, and it's not very easy to get it to remove the panels, but I need to remove the paint so I can finally finish the restoration I sort of finished last winter. This is the problem when you have more than one project on the go. It's very difficult to focus, so I can see that we'll get to spring and no work will have been done on Elliot 2CV at all. But I know some people have been grumbling about taking her off the road for the winter and going, oh, 2CVs are great winter cars, and yeah, it's true, they are, but I need to protect my investment. I've spent a huge amount of money on that car, and frankly I'm not prepared to just sit back and watch her rot away again. The council sent out a statistic that between the 8th and the 20th, I think, of December, it might even have been the 8th and the 12th, they put down almost 1,000 tons of salt on the roads where I live. That's why the 2CV is off the road. The Lexus and the Honda are having to battle it mightily, and yeah, it's a challenge to try and keep on top of those. Yeah, the 2CV would not last well if I was driving it through that salt and slush. So she's having a winter off. So there you go. I do sometimes get queries asking to record a typical day in the life of me, but really there's no such thing as a typical day. I mean, today is work. I'm driving to Bridgnorth, visiting a couple of companies to generate copy for Classic Jaguar magazine. So I'll be taking photos and doing interviews, but that's all magazine stuff, so I don't want to start mixing that in with the video channel. It pays to keep the two separate, especially as when I post Jaguar stuff, you lot aren't interested, so I just won't do it anymore. Ugh. More mud being hurled at me by a truck. But the vast majority of my time, well, I get to drive some fantastic machines. An awful lot of my time, the vast majority of my time is spent sat at my laptop typing away, surrounded by books and mess and mayhem. Yeah, mess and mayhem, who'd have thought it? My desk is as bad as my garage. But yeah, I mean, it's not very exciting. But anyway, I think that'll do for this one. I shall say thank you all for watching. Thank you for all subscribing as well. We're over 7,000 subscribers now. Still a long way behind Musty One over there in America. His channel is well worth checking out. And Project Binky. I'm in Project Binky land at the moment, just about to head into Shropshire. Those boys are remarkable. And then there's Roadkill. Seeing as I seem to be talking about my favourite things, Roadkill is definitely one of them. Again, because of the realism. I mean, I know they've got a producer and a director and they do the sound properly. I always get complaints about the sound, and that's because I'm recording this on my phone. But yeah, I've kind of gone off cars on TV because it always feels too false, and it's made by TV people rather than car people. But anyway, I'm going to continue on with my drive to Bridgnorth. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It doesn't cost you a penny, and all it means is you get told when my videos go live. But YouTube likes me to have lots of subscribers, so if you could do your bit, that would be very kind of you. And yeah, I shall see you again in a future video about something or other. Farewell. Why is it only doing 25 mpg again?